the second movie in what I believe is a trilogy. I don't think we've got any confirmation on this or that, on how far they're taking this universe and everything. But I don't know what to say. I didn't expect this movie to be even a 7 out of 10. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I thought 28 Years Later Part One was just an okay movie. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I didn't think it was anything special. Change of director from Danny Boyle to Nia DaCosta, I also was a bit worried about because even though I didn't really care for 28 Years Later Part 1, Danny Boyle's got this whole thing for himself. And I know he was heavily involved in this movie and everything, but still very worried with where Nia DaCosta was going to take it. She previously worked on the Marvels movie and Candyman 2022, which are both movies I think are okay. I don't think they're anything special in any single capacity, and I also don't think they're horrible. I think they're just okay movies. They both can get away with being called mid. I wouldn't really give a shit if someone said that. Even if someone said they didn't like those movies, I wouldn't argue against them. They're just okay. But she does brilliant work here. I didn't, like I said earlier, I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry. I didn't expect this movie to be even a 7 out of 10. I was expecting the same exact scores 28 years later. I was expecting a whole trilogy, just 6, 6, 6, to be honest, which ironic considering what happened in this movie. Um, this was brilliant. I think on a good day, and when I do rewatch this, this might even go higher than an 8, like I have right here. I think this might be a 9 out of 10 movie for me. This was so much fun. It was such a breath of fresh air. If you've seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, the jump from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 to 2 is insane. 2 is a completely different movie. It doesn't take itself seriously almost in the slightest. It's much more colorful, much more silly, a bit more comedy, and I think 28 years later Bone Temple is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 of this franchise. I love it. I really really love it. It's unbelievable. Not that TCM2 was my favorite movie of that franchise, but this one is easily far and away my favorite. I really do like 28 Days Later. It's such a cool, visually appealing, uh, realistic approach to like the zombie genre. I don't care for zombie movies. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I don't watch a lot of them. I've been trying to the past year with my giant movie rewatch I've been doing. Don't really care for them. I don't think they're that special. Usually the stories are cookie cutter. They all do the same shit. I thought 28 Days Later was brilliant. Uh, I thought it was great, and I didn't think any of the 28 Years movie were gonna pass it. This one easily has. It's really, really fantastic. Uh, I didn't really think there was anything too bad in this movie. There's a decision I think that's really bad in this movie, which I'll get to later. But man, visually, movie's fucking gorgeous. If you've seen 28 Years Later Part 1, that movie's gorgeous too. This movie takes it even further. I mean, this movie is fucking gorgeous, man. And one scene in particular I want to talk about. No, there's multiple. Any scene where Ralph Fiennes' character, Dr. Ian Kelson, is in daytime around his bone temple looks fucking gorgeous. Any scene that's taken at nighttime in this movie is fucking gorgeous. Specifically, the whole barn scene where the family's getting skinned alive and then it all turns to a blaze. I thought that all looked gorgeous. The whole uh, yeah, fuck it. The whole Iron Maiden scene with Ralph Fiennes dancing around and lighting the fire and doing the fire twirling is fucking gorgeous. If you've seen Sinners, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Obviously, culturally, nowhere near the same as what Sinners did in their movie with the singing scene with Miles Katzen, but that singing scene where Ralph Fiennes is singing the Iron Maiden song and he's dancing around and everything's being lit on fire, and then you have all seven of the Jimmies dancing and freaking out like they're actually witnessing Satan doing something fucking crazy. I thought that was fucking beautiful. I was almost in tears. I thought it was great. It's my favorite movie scene so far of the year. If it gets surpassed, I'll be really surprised. I wanted to just click replay and just sit in the movie theater and clicking replay. I thought that was fucking great. It was unbelievable. It's funny. It's gorgeous. It's everything perfect. That scene is just fucking beautiful. Except what happens immediately afterwards, which I'll talk about in a bit. Something I really love about this movie is the Jimmies. I didn't think I'd be saying that. After 28 years later, part one, wasn't excited for the Jimmies. That whole last sequence was so fucking goofy. It felt like you were watching a Power Rangers bit, and it didn't fit the movie's tone. It would have perfectly fit this movie's tone. This movie's much more sillier. I was finding myself laughing much, much more in this movie compared to literally any movie in this franchise. I think this movie's hilarious. A lot of the stuff with Samson and Dr. Ian Kelson is hilarious. Them dancing together, them getting high together. It's all fucking great. But the Jimmies are much better in this movie. While I didn't like how silly they were in the first one, and obviously this movie's tonal change is much more different, a little bit more comedic. I kind of dug that they were serious. They felt like a threat to everybody. They go around skinning people, wearing their faces as masks. I mean, that's just fucking killer. They needed to be something serious, and I think whoever made that decision, whether it was Danny Boyle or Nia DaCosta, that was a brilliant decision. I didn't want them to be goofy. I didn't want them doing somersaults and backflips and everything. I think the craziest thing we see someone do is Aaron Kellyman's character. I don't know their names. They're all just Jimmy to me, so don't get mad at me. But Aaron Kellyman's Jimmy specifically, I think she does the craziest thing out of all of them, and she just like slits a zombie in the throat and then does a somersault. I'm glad that was the craziest thing any of the seven Jimmys did. I really appreciate that because I didn't want them back flipping, front flipping, explosion behind them, all this garbage. I wasn't too sure about it. I thought it was a bit goofy, but I loved all of them. Jack O'Connell was great again. Uh, Not that he wasn't in the first one, but I've been loving Jack O'Connell in movies, and I think he was great in this one. He is fucking sinister, man. He is fucking creepy. I hate Jack O'Connell's character. I'm so happy he's fucking dead. It's not a spoiler. If you've seen my reviews, I don't do spoiler-free reviews. I don't care. You shouldn't be watching a review if you haven't seen the movie. I'm so happy Jack O'Connell's character died. We needed that. But a death we didn't need is Ralph Fiennes' character. Obviously, this movie, he is the main character of it. Didn't want that death. Really did not want that death. A lot of the stuff that I love about this movie, and something I feel like we don't get in a lot of zombie movies, is a really strong relationship between a human character and a zombie character. And what Ralph Fiennes was doing with Samson, I'm going to forget his name, so I'm just going to say now, Chai Lewis Perry? I could be wrong on that. But Dr. Ian Kelson and Samson's relationship was fucking great. It's a shame we're not going to get any future movie. It really is. It was the highlight of this movie. We don't get this relationships in zombie movies ever. We don't have a guy accidentally finding a cure to the zombies in their universe and then befriending one of them. And I mean, it was great. It was the best part about this movie was them two together. And it's such a shame we're never going to get it again. How is Samson going to get to Spike and Cillian Murphy and Aaron Kellyman and Cillian Murphy's daughter and explain everything? I don't know if he'll be able to. How drastic is the jump going to be from this one to the next one? I'm not sure. I'm really scared because I thought Dr. Fiennes would have been Dr. Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes' character would have been great to have interactions with Cillian Murphy's character. Would have been great to have more interactions with Aaron Kellyman's character and even Spike. We're never going to get that. We're never going to get him and Samson again. And I think that's the reason why for now I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Maybe, or I'm not giving it a 9 out of 10. I think it just hurt me too much. He was so important to the story. He's important to the future of this story. And of course he has his secret cellar with all his notes and other science crap down there. But that's not enough. I mean, it's such a shame. It really is. And him having that scene with Iron Maiden playing and he's dancing around, doing the fire dancing, it was all just so fucking great, man. Unbelievable. Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about, the sound in this movie is fucking perfect. Every scene with Samson specifically, every character. It's a zombie movie. You need sounds to be huge in your movie if you're making a zombie movie. Sticks breaking, leaves rustling, the wind blowing, a zombie groaning back there, some shit like that. You need the sounds in zombie movies to be really good. And a lot of the stuff they do with Samson specifically is great. Him going through a forest while he's high and slowly coming back to humanity, and he's looking in the tree, listening to the tree, the wind blow the tree leaves, and then you hear the car horn, and you hear TV, you hear a phone ring, you hear people talking. He finds his way back to the train because he hears the train moving in his ears, and he gets into the train seat and he sits down and he sees all these passengers, which are actually zombies. He sees all the passengers sitting and staring at him. You have the lady asking if he has a ticket, and he's able to speak. The best part about this movie is Samson, which is so weird I'm saying this. Samson's character progressing through this movie was fucking brilliant. In the first movie, he was a gag. He was a giant penis monster. Sorry, a giant monster having a giant penis, and he was great. He was strong, he was powerful. We get that in the beginning of this movie. But him developing slowly back into humanity was fucking great. It was really, really fantastic. I loved it. And it, again, I would love to see him with Dr. Fiennes. We get that final scene with him carrying him and everything, but other than that, I really, really needed Ralph Fiennes, man, in the third one. He's gonna be in some flashback, and I'm not ready for some bullshit like that. We don't need that. We need a real Ralph Fiennes comeback, and I don't think it's happening. But everyone else was great. I thought whoever plays Spike, it's Alfie Williams or Alfie. It's something with the W. I think he's great as Spike. We don't get a lot of him, but he's pretty great. I think he's cool. I wish he had more scenes. Obviously, he played such a huge role in the first movie, and the best thing he does in this movie is stab Jack O'Connell and puke outside the barn. Actually, that was a very nice scene. That was a very touching scene. Him and Harry Kellyman sitting outside while he's puking. I thought that was nice. But other than that, we don't get really much of him. He saves the pregnant woman from leaving or from dying, and then that's about it. I am pretty excited for 28 Years Later Part 3 with the ending with Cillian Murphy, but without Ralph Fiennes, it's a bit worried to see what we're going to do here and what I assume is the finale of this universe. I don't think they need to push this any longer. This one was really great. I don't think you're going to top it. If you do, I'd be fucking amazed by that. If you haven't seen 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, it is my favorite movie of the year so far. It's only the second week of January, so that's not a lot, saying a lot, but it's been fun. This was really, really fun. I'm really shocked. I don't like zombie movies, and I fucking love this one. This was fucking brilliant. Oh, I didn't mention this actually. The soundtrack, killer. You have the Radiohead song, you have the Iron Maiden song, and then you have one more song, and then the score. I didn't mention this during my sound portion, which sucks. The score was fucking gorgeous too, man. Fucking love the score in this movie. It just seemed like there was nothing wrong in this movie except for Ralph Fiennes dying.